Hello, good morning. Good morning, Diablo D3. Also lies. Lies that I'm starting soon. See how late am I? I am 1 minute late. Oh, but four minutes and 20 seconds before I went live. So there's that. Well, happy Friday after Thanksgiving. I do get this day off from work, but I can't stream long today. In fact, there's a chance that I might stream short because I have somebody coming to take a look at our furnace, and that they're gonna tell us right before they come here. But they might be here between 8 a.m. our time and 10 a.m. our time because of course that's the range they give us. So I will have to keep uh my phone up here to watch any watch for any messages. Stacking, hello. I'm gonna leave you right there, and you don't fall. All right. So, a bunch of interesting news. So, yesterday on the Axum Discord, uh, they were talking about how they're really seriously thinking about releasing Axum 0.6 today. Now they don't like. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. Whether or not it's like that's a uh that's something that they're seriously going to do, or if they're just like gonna really start thinking about it, and maybe it's gonna release very shortly. But basically uh it's coming soon. Axum is a backend framework in Rust, and that's actually what we're doing here. So this is Axum, like for example, if we go find our routers here. So this is all Axum stuff. Stacking, you're still in a food coma, so you'll be drifting in and out of reality during this stream. Well, awesome to have you here. Glad you had a lot of food. Yeah, Axum is really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. For the backend frameworks that we have available to us in Rust, so far Axum is my favorite. So that basically the release might be happening very shortly. My plan for this is to continue completing the course on 0.5, and then doing a upgrade sort of lesson, as it were, like video on maybe like the main project for to bring it up to like 0.6. And then other news, not related to Axum in that course, but still Rust related. U 0.2 is out. It got released this morning, and it's on crates.io and available to be used, which is really exciting. There's a lot of really big changes in it, especially for functional programming. And I believe that the examples now in the website are now all functional based, and 0.2 had server-side rendering. So that's a it's a big step towards making you go from it's a really nice, like, interesting thing for personal projects to okay, it's getting to be good for, like, closer to professional projects. So I'm really excited about that. I think we'll do a upgrade video um, for the U course for that too. But basically, lots of exciting things in web development in Rust right now. All right. Well, since I don't know how much time we have today, let's probably just jump into it. We are working on JOTS, which is the final part of making authentication secure, or at least a lot more secure, is using a JOT instead of using our completely, totally, absolutely perfect random token that we're using right now. Nobody could possibly say that it's got a problem. Okay, so this is project system. What am I doing? I'm going down here. Okay, so JOTS. What did I use? Okay, I used JSON Web Token. Oh, it's not new enough. U is not new enough to actually show up in a just updated. That's too bad. Okay, so we were looking for JSON Web Token, I believe. Yes, and that's still version 8.1.1. We have Serde with Drive. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Complete examples are available. Here's a basic one. So we have our claims. Um, okay, so we encode uh, header default, which I suppose we could change stuff from it. Oh, the default algorithm. So that's probably part of the header is what this is. Okay, we have claims, and then we're gonna have an encoding key. Right. Okay. What's from secret? Oh, I probably just have to pass this in. So we'll have to have an environment variable. So in a .env for this, probably need to describe how this works. Basically, it's this is encryption because we can go backwards. This library validates automatically the EXP claim, and MBF is validated if present. You can also validate the sub, ISS, and AUD, but those require setting the expected value in a validation struct. Since validating time fields is always a bit tricky due to the clock skew, you can add some leeway to the IAT. And I think using this is fine. All right, well let's go ahead and do an example run through, just a dry run as it were, just to get familiar with this. So we're gonna use JSON Web Token. So let's okay, those are fine. Then we want to, when we create, so under users, when we create our user, we need to create a token down here. So we'll do a create token function. We'll probably have a result. My guess is we'll have a string, and of course we'll do a status code. Okay, so what do we want to put into this? We want to put in the user. Well, do we need to put anything in here? Like oftentimes people will put like the user ID in. We don't know what the user ID is going to be at this point in time. And I do want to set the token inside of here. So I actually don't know. I've never really I've never really felt that it's necessary to store anything inside of the token. Like every time I think about it, I was like, well, but it's just a security violation or like a security vulnerability. my thoughts are we just create an empty token and we store that in here because we're going to save the token away to make sure it's really the same. And that's going to be the same thing we're doing. We're going to use that token to get it from the database back here. So if I have an empty struct for the token, so would that be pub struct? Actually, I think this might be private, right? Struct, this is going to be like jot, jot claim, just that. Okay, so I can encode. Headers. Okay, so this is going to be JSON Web Token header default. Claims. That's going to be a reference to jot claim. Key. Okay, so we want this to be a like not that. All right, what are you upset about? You want expected a reference. You expected the trait bound jot serialized, not satisfied. Okay. Oh, the following other type. Okay, so I could just do this. Maybe. Yeah, I could just do that. Okay. Expected a reference to encoding key. Found that. Okay. From secret, which is a bit. Can I do from string? No, I think I want to do from a streak. Okay, from secret. This is my cool secret. And then I need to do I think it was as bytes, right? And that needs to be a reference too. Okay, that gives us a token result error. I then want to map error this. That gives me I don't need to do let equals, and we return you. Okay, so we can create the token now. So let's see, that's to here. KO2 fan, hello, how are you doing today? Okay, create token like that, and question mark. I'm doing pretty good. It's a Friday. I don't have work today. It's always those are good things to have. All right. I need you not to go to sleep too much. Let's see. Okay, so that creates a real token. If I do a create account, no, that's not right. That's not right. That's right. Create account. So we'll do 3. Oh no, I don't work today. That's all it really is. Is Today is the day after Thanksgiving in America. A lot of companies give this off to their employees, and my company is the same way. So we were using this as a floating holiday today, which is nice. And uh, there was a couple jobs that I worked previously where I did not get Friday off, and that was there's good things and bad things about it, right? Because in the good, it's super quiet. Everybody was taking it as a vacation holiday anyway, so I pretty much got the office to myself. It was nice. But nowadays, I just, not working, getting a 4-day weekend. Ah, come on. Who wouldn't take that? Okay, yeah, so here's our token. So we now get this token successfully. That's great. I want to now validate the token. Oh, and I think we can do things to say how long this will last, right? He worked in fintech, so Black Friday was busiest day of the year. So whilst we had the day off, inevitably something would happen and he would end up working. Yeah, that also happens a lot. When I was a sysadmin, there was quite a few times where I'd be on call for both the Thanksgiving week and then the Christmas week. When those were not fun times to have on call because there's no help if something goes wrong. Okay, so how do I set optional audience expert validate expert defaults true. Oh, issued at not before subject. Oh, expiration time as in as UTC timestamp. Oh, and then issued at time. So expiration time. Okay, so this token never expires, and we can basically say, hey, you expire after 1 hour or 1 day or 1 year or however long we want people to be remained logged in as. So these are claims. The claims fields which can be validated, and then the claims. Okay, is my claims right here. Oh, so I need to set this myself. And then I can just add something else, right? Yeah, okay. Because like company's not one of those. So I do need to add something into the claims here. That's going to be the EXP is what I'm looking for. So jot claim. I want EXP is a string, I think. Yes. Oh, a usize. A usize. Expiration time as UTC timestamp. Okay, so you're a usize. So a UTC timestamp, that would mean I take in now. So if I could figure out what now is, do we have chrono? We do have chrono. Okay, so I can maybe find. We could find now plus X days as a UTC timestamp. So I think, okay, so if I do like let now equals chrono, was it date time? It was like date time. Naive date time. Oh wait, no, not that. Oh yeah. I mentioned this right at the beginning. Wait, did Axum update too? Oh, Axum 06 release. Okay. I saw them talking about it yesterday in the Discord. So Axum 0.6 has released. Okay. I wasn't sure if when that was going to happen, but apparently it is now. So both Axum and you have released. That's huge. That's awesome. Also, thank you for pointing it out, stacking. I think because we're almost done with this course, I think what we're gonna do is continue with 0.5 and do a upgrade video of like, okay, we'll upgrade to 0.6. Probably not like each individual lessons, but maybe like the end project. We'll upgrade that. Okay, so naive UTC. We can't do this one. Can I do now with this? No, it wasn't date time. It was one of the other ones. There's date time. Oh, UTC now. That's what it is. Okay, so UTC now. Date time. Can I add something to this? I don't think this is gonna work. It doesn't know what this means. Oh, mismatch expected struct chrono duration. Okay, so hold on. Maybe this will work. So we do a chrono duration from. Okay, we have days, hours. Okay, so if we say 1 hour. Ah, nice. Okay. So now we have a date time from this. I want a let. This is going to be the what do we call it? The expiration time. Exp equals now dot. I want to turn this into a usize. So this format that turns into a string into maybe timestamp gives me an I64, which I could then turn into a usize. I don't need subsec microseconds. So I think it'd be timestamp. And then I can turn this into an as you size or maybe an into. Can I into a U size for this? Oh, I can't do that as a type. Hold on. Maybe I can tell you. Well, actually, I could do this. We'll do a claim. So jot claim exp. Okay, so you know you need to be that. Right. Okay. So I can't do that from an i64, but maybe I can do an as you size. So that's potentially lossy. A little bit of data might be lost, but then we have the claim here. So that's set appropriately. Now you are going to be a reference to claim. We need you to be serialized. And probably deserialized too. Okay. That's nice and happy. Okay. So continuing this, if I do another one, create number 4. There we go. There's our new token with its claim of how long it's going to last. Okay, that's good. I'm actually a little bit curious what this number is. Is this like a timestamp in milliseconds since the epoch? I would bet that it is. Can I debug reference to XP? Okay, that feels exactly like what that is. I believe I have node. Okay, so I want date dot now. So I want to take this number and subtract this number, and I should get an hour, but this is looking exactly, well, no, not necessarily. Really? This is milliseconds, I think. So this would be milliseconds to hours. This is far too long. Let's see. Oh wait, you know what I could do? Uh, duration. Duration in hours from milliseconds. That, can you figure this out? No. Um, Milliseconds to hours. Yeah, that's definitely not right. What is this current date? Excuse me. Sorry about that. 2022 11/06. That was several days ago. So that's not an hour from now. What are you? 11:25. Oh wait, I did the wrong way around. Oh, this is okay. This is a timestamp from let's see, 14 minus 7 now for us. That's a lot closer. So is it like 12? Then it would still be like 5 hours. Yeah, yeah. This is okay. This feels like it's about an hour in the future then. Why is this? Where did I get this from? This is oh, this one is the one that's right now. This is the timestamp I got from you. That I don't think is correct. Yeah, yeah. We would hope that that was correct. Yeah, okay. So, never mind. This is more interesting. What are you? 1970 01. Yeah, so it's 20 days worth of numbers, not an hour. So, okay, I'm confused. So, I want now, like as in right now. Let's not add in time yet. Sure, we can set the date, the timestamp, but let's okay, so I do this as a now.timestamp as usize. Can I also do a debug now? Yes, I know you don't need to be mutable. That's fine. Also, let's start using this. Like, we'll start doing that. Okay, so now is 2022 11/25. Okay, 14. So this one looks correct. This looks absolutely correct. This is nowhere near correct. So what is timestamp? We need to go look up chrono. Oh, yeah, that number didn't change either, did it? So timestamp, and then which timestamp are we using? So this would be a date time timestamp returns the number of non-leap seconds. Oh, it's seconds since January 1st. Is the aka a Unix timestamp? Is that really how it is? I think that most things use milliseconds, right? So I need to, let's see, it's seconds to get to milliseconds from seconds. Is that 1,000? Do I just add 1,000 to that? So what was it? It was this one with a few more zeros. Hold on, let's. One, two, three. Right, and it should be the other way around. Shouldn't be that. It should be one. Okay, but it should probably be you first because you should be in the future. 1, 2 minus that. This feels too large. So that times 1,000. No, it would be divided by 1,000. And then divided by. So we take you. Then we divide that by. So we have seconds at that point. Divide by 60 to get to minutes. Oh, that is around an hour. So I have to multiply by 1,000. So okay. Validity defaults to true in validation. Expiration time as UTC timestamp. But what type of timestamp? A millisecond timestamp or a second timestamp? I don't know if I want to do this with do I look through validation stuff? Maybe. So validate. Okay, so validate the XP is Boolean defaults to true. How do you do the validate? Okay, create the default validation setup. Wait, you don't have like a run? Okay. Let's see, JSON Web Token. Oh, they had an example with custom time. Let's go to their. They had a suggestion down here to go take a look at those. I mean, okay, I could also you could link to them. Do repository examples. What was this custom time? Okay, claims. jot numeric date, offset time, jot timestamps. Okay, if a token should always be equal to its representative, this function must be used for construction. Offset date time contains a microsecond field, but jot timestamps are defined as Unix timestamps in seconds. This function normalizes the timestamps. So expiration date. Wait, so where's exp come from? Oh, public function new. Exp is an offset date time. Where do they get that from? Oh, just from time itself. Okay, so they're not using something like chrono. Asitsu, hello. Where's my new? Okay, so that with HMS milli, XP hour, XP minute, XP second, 0, unwrap, assume UTC. Okay, so if it's just the seconds, I don't have to do the multiplication, and I'm just going to store the hour. And then we also have to set ourselves the IAT, so the issued at time. Okay, so good to know. So the issued, okay, so we want both IAT in here too. I think you're also a use size, right? Numeric date, yes. So that's just a use size. Okay, so then down in here, we get now with chrono, UTC now. So we immediately take the IAT equals now dot timestamp as a use size. We then, hey, now add hours to it. This should have, I don't know if it implements copy. I think it must, right? Because I would have consumed it, or maybe this gives me a brand new thing. Okay, so I increment now by an hour. And then, okay, now give me the timestamp of that as a use size. And then we just use this. So we have exp IAT. Okay. So we're good. We're good to go with that. All right. Back to claims. Optional audience. Okay, so the EXP is required, but everything else is optional. Is that right? Issued after expired? Did I do it? Did I do that wrong? Issued should be now. Expired should be after, right? So issued at is right now. Then I add an hour to now, and then I say expiration time will be an hour from now. I think that's right. This is so easy to read wrong. Like this type of thing trips my brain up quite a bit. So we'll have to go through it slowly. Okay, so optional issued at, optional issuer, optional not before. I don't really care about that. And then the subject. I don't think we really care about any of this stuff. We could put like the username in here, but I don't really think that it's necessary. Okay, so I create the token this way. We encode the token, we return the token, and in create user, I then set the token inside of token here. And then we get the token back, which is why here when we do a meow2, here's our lovely token with that expiration time. Okay, great. Now, log in, we want to do the same thing. Every time we log in, I create a brand new token. So I verify the password. Okay, so if the password is incorrect, we do that. So a new token is, we're going to replace this with create token. And everything stays exactly the same there. And then we're going to go to, so we have create token. Oh, we need to go to the middleware now. Guard. So we extract the token out. Here's that token. I search for the database using the token. If we found the user, great, we have the user. But at this point in time, if I have the user, I now want to verify the token. So my guess is we're going to have a result with a bool and a status code. Okay, and we're going to take in a token, which is a strt. Okay, so I want, what do I want to do with this? I want to extract out. Okay, so we're going to use the JSON web token, validation. There's decode. Oh, there's a get current timestamp in the format that Jot expects, and it's a U64. Well, okay, that would have been nice. I don't know, because like the chrono allows me to do math with it, which is nice. You're busy with a call for most of the stream, but did I see that Axum 0.6 was released? Yes. So we saw yesterday the message in Discord, but also we now see it's yelling at us because a 0.6 is now here. So very, very nice. I'm not really caring about that. I think for the fully qualified names, I'm just doing it to like search for stuff easily, so I can just say like, hey, what's available in here, and just look at that. But I think in reality, I don't think I will do that as long as I remember what the names are. So that's validate or validate. I don't think that's, so yeah, I see when I do this, I get too many things. Okay, so validate. So what was this? We could see this was examples, validation. Okay, so we get the token out. we create a new validation. Oh, I figure out what this is going to be. Then I decode. I decode from, okay, so I decode it. And then we're going to have different errors happen based upon what's going on. Okay. So then then we're going to decode. So verify, let's do a, okay, so decode, we pass it in a token. The key is going to be the decoding key. Okay, which is going to be this decoding key from secret as ref, which is, that's going to be exactly the same that we have here. So as I did as bytes, but I think that works. So let's see. What was this? This was encoding key from secret. So from secret, I probably should have just copied this in. My cool secret. You could also do as ref, but I think as bytes works here. Then this is the decoding key. You need to be a reference. Validation. Okay, so I need to create the new validation. A validation new algorithm. What's the default one? Can I do algorithm default? Oh, I can, which is what we're using. Okay, excellent. Decoding key. Expected a reference to decoding key found. Oh, encoding key. Expected decoding key. Okay. A decoding key is exactly the same, except it's an. Why did they need to make that as two structs? I wonder. Okay, so decode, that's a result with token data. Type annotations needed. Right, because you need to know what type this is going to be. Thank you, Stacking, for that. Okay, so jot claims is in users here. I want to make you public. So I can grab you. Dot claim. Okay. Then we'll map the error. So I'm really curious. Let's debug the error, and then we'll return a status code of an internal server error. Okay, that gives us a token data with the JOT claim. So decoded token, claims and header. Okay, so I want the claims. Okay, so if I want the claims, then claims. Okay, so then I guess this is true, right? Like if it got to the decoded part, then we're good to go. I think possibly. So like so if I get to this point, I should probably be able to return okay true. And I don't actually know if I need to care about this whatsoever. We just decode you. If I can decode you, we're good. Okay, so then I verify the token. So it's guard. We get the token out of the headers, get the database out of the headers, get the user, get the user out. Well, okay, I got that from here. Okay, so if the user exists, so that's the first thing to check. And then after that, I want to validate the token. I want to validate the token that we have in the database for this. I believe. So I want to let's see. Verify token. We're going to pass a reference to user.token. And do that. Oh, because you're an option. But you should have. We know that you have the token, so I can safely unwrap you. Do I have to clone you? Oh wait, there's a thing I can do with options, right? Where I can convert it to a reference, like uh as ref unwrap. That's what I want to do. Okay, now we've verified the token. This was, I think we're using this in logout. So if I created this account, okay, so I have you set up here. I then go to logout. And we're going to go to auth and say that your token is now this. 200 okay. That's great. We should not have gotten an error with that. Right. Now, let's say if we... Oh, and I'm now doing the create token on login too. So I no longer need to be creating tons of accounts with this. We can do a login. So if I do, okay, Brooks 2, this is fine. So if I log in as this, I get the new token. Maybe it was 3. This one might still have like the password be the plain text one. I don't remember anymore. That's not happy. Was it this one? Okay, so create account. Oh, meow 1 2 3 4. I don't think I do. What would be helpful is if I use the correct password. Just, just a thought. Just a thought. Okay, so now we have this token. If I take, I want to now go back to users. When we create the token, instead of duration hours, let's duration seconds, 1 second. You're only allowed to be logged in for 1 second. And this is probably a good way for us to like verify that this is going to work the way we expect it to. Okay, so we log in, get the new token. We better be fast with using it. Then we go to log out. We hit send. Well, that worked. That worked. I was kind of hoping that would trigger the error here. Let's go back and take a look at how this is supposed to work here. So we have they had expiration of a long time, I believe. So we don't get that. Let's see. Logout is wrapped, right? Yeah, so logout is here. You know what we can do? We can put, just for testing purposes, we could put the hello world wrapped inside of here. So I don't have to log in, log out all the time. So let's save you, log in again. Get this token. We'll go to, I don't even have a hello world, I don't think. Hello world, auth, bear that. What? Why are you a patch? You shouldn't be a patch, right? You're a get to slash hello world. Yeah. Okay, so that works because you're validating. And I attempted to basically say, okay, now is chrono duration plus seconds, and then get the timestamp for that. Theoretically, that should make it fail now. In guard, our lovely token there. So if I do, oh, this is a claim. That's what it is. So oh, I can't get access to it because they're private. That's why. Well, I was kind of expecting that a JSON web token was checking that for me as part of the validation, but maybe not. Claim dot. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so if I come back to hello world, we open you up. Now I'm getting the error. Now it's been long enough. So there was something in here that it talked about. I don't know what this not before is. Is that like don't bother worrying about it not before this like X minutes or something like that? So this library validates automatically the EXP claim, and NB4 is validated if present. Okay. So NBF is not validated unless it's there. You can also validate the sub ISS and odd, but those require setting the expected value in a validation struct. Since validating time fields is always a bit tricky due to clock skew, you can add some leeway to the IAT, XPF, and MBF validation by setting the leeway field. What's the leeway field? Did you show? I don't see a leeway field. Okay, so I want a claim. I guess it's something that implements claim. Or can I search for leeway? Okay. Add some leeway in seconds. Defaults to 60. Okay, so it's an extra minute. An extra minute there. Okay, so leeway. This is under validation. Okay. So validation leeway. Okay. So what we can do is come back into guard. Here's our validation. We do the new. I want to then add a leeway. This is a function, right? No, it is not. Okay. Validation dot leeway is equal to, can I say 1? We're gonna 5 seconds. There's a 5-second leeway on this. Okay, let's once again log in. Copy you. We have all the time in the world. So as I slowly make my way over to hello world, we throw you in, we hit send. 500 internal server error, expired signature. Okay. And if I do this really fast, I have 5 seconds. I think I missed it already. Yeah, expired signature right away. Okay. If we come back to guard and I say, let's say 30 seconds, that should be enough time for me to. Okay. So log in. Grab you. Go to hello world. Add you in. Send 200 okay. 200 okay. I keep on hitting this until we hit the 30 seconds. Expired signature. Okay. That feels longer than 30 seconds to me. But maybe I'm just really impatient. Now we got a 500 internal server error when in reality, expired signature. So that should be a 401. So error. So in guard, we want to update our error. So sure, we can debug the error still, but we really want to do is match error. Really? What do you mean I can't match it? Missing match arm type error is non-empty. Come on, give me. Okay, fine. I want this is not Serde. Okay, this is what kind of error are you? Error. Go to error. Pubstruct error, box error kind. Right. This is from what? This is in source errors. Cool. Oh, do I have to search on error kind? Oh, yeah, and that gives me error kind. Okay, so it's, are you really an error? You're not an error. That kind. There we go. There we go. Thank you for that, Itsutsu. That's really annoying. Why would they do that? They shouldn't do that. Urgh. Okay. Okay. I prefer errors that are enums, but I guess it's no different from a standard IO error. I mean, yeah, but I also agree that like this should be the error. I mean, that's just like me yelling at clouds. It's like Rustev yells at something that's not quite what he expected, but the type system still tells him what it is, and it's like, yeah, whatever. Okay, so it's not. I don't care about any of you. Missing algorithm, invalid algorithm, immature signature. These are all problems that I have. Invalid subject, invalid audience, invalid issuer. So okay, expired signature. That's what we cared about. Missing required claim. So invalid. Okay, so all of these. Okay, so if you're not one of these, you're going to be a status code internal server error. Otherwise, you are going to be a status code unauthorized. All right, so if we head back to hello world again, now we get a 401 unauthorized. Whew, okay. So this is fun. So it's kind of funny how the jot is more complex than hashing. So what did we learn? I think we learned that putting we probably want to put the claim and like the jot methods into its own utilities folder. So probably outside of routes, in here we could have utilities, and we'll throw in like basically jot stuff. So it'll have the claim and it will have the two methods, one for creating the token and one for verifying the token. Then we can just call in and pass the appropriate information into it, and then it just responds with the result status code of what we expect it to be. Besides that, I guess like then the next thing is during the guard time when we do the validate, we have to be really careful about this leeway and make sure that it's set. We have to be aware that it's set to 60 seconds. For a demo while I'm creating that, that's too long. I don't want to sit down just like chatting about nothing for 60 seconds. So we'll probably do the thing, I'll probably do like 15 seconds or 10 seconds. I should be able to say, like, hey, it works. And then now it doesn't work. Now you have to log in again to use the token again. And I think that's it. Oh, and then probably want to mention that do did they get another? Well, they didn't leave a okay. Nobody did they leave a voicemail? They did not. Okay. Sorry, I got some notifications, but I was like wondering if it was the furnace people, but I don't think it was. They just said they're expect more calls on the day of the appointment, which is right now, and like now is the time frame that they could show up. Okay, so we have this. Oh, I probably also want to mention that there's several different levels of paranoia that you can have as a back end when working with jots. So in this case, you get the jot forever, every single time that you use it. But here's a problem. We now just made it so that a single device can only be the only one that logs in. So if I log in on this device here, and then I go log in on a phone, each of them have created two different tokens, but it overwrote the token inside of the user's table in the database. Therefore, only the most recent login will work. That other one is just no longer authenticated, which could be good. That might be exactly what we want. It could also be bad. It might be what we don't want. So, for example, Discord allows us to be logged in at multiple places at the same time, but a lot of financial applications do not. Neither is right, neither is wrong. Let's see. Other things. Oh, one way that I found is that you can like really help with that the login for every like 30 seconds is give a new token every time you use the API. So it's like, oh, you logged in an hour ago, but you've been constantly using the app for that hour. We shouldn't make you re-sign in after an hour, even if you've been using it for an hour. It should be an hour after you last used it, which means every time that you hit the app, we should give you back a new token again. Or somehow like reset the token's time. That might be a better way of like resetting the token's time to be like now. I really do like the idea of issuing a new token every time back to the user though, because that's basically saying somebody gets their hands on your token, that token doesn't live for very long. Like as soon as you use it, you get a new one. Again, levels of paranoia. How much do you really care about that? If we want multiple tokens to work, we have to change the database up. I would guess a join table would be best, and just like store all the tokens that you've ever had in there, and then you could just routinely go through and find the tokens that don't exist anymore, that are too old, and then just delete them to save space. And I think that's it. I think that's all we need to do now. So it is 8:23. I don't have time to record this, plus the person might be coming any second now. So I probably need to go call them and find out what's going on. So I think we're gonna leave the recording of this till next week on Monday. And then as I mentioned, we're getting really close to the end. Where's my readme? We're getting really close to the end. So we have our helper utilities, custom. Yeah, so we have custom errors. We have setting this up to work in Docker, and then deploy. And that's it. Now for the project, I previously ran through the project already, so I actually don't know. I don't know if I need to do this specifically, or I might do like an addendum and say like, hey, let's now update that project. So I don't know. I have to think about this. I need to think about it. Because then as soon as we're done with that, then we're going to do a update to 0.6 for reasons. Which I think the biggest one is going to be in the routes stuff and headers. Was that? It was header stuff and routes. There's some other things in there that they changed too, but I think those are the biggest one here. And then we'll probably jump back over and go into U because we have to update that course too. So fun stuff, a lot of really cool things to do and work on. But I'm going to leave you off for now. It's Friday, so Monday will be the next stream. And that should be expected at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. And we will do the recording video for this. I'm going to leave this up on my computer just so that I can review all of this stuff after when we come back. So with that, thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope that you all have a great rest of your Fridays. If you have it off, have a good holiday. Otherwise, have a good day, be it morning, evening, or night. So I will see you Monday. Bye.